So one of the greatest things that you can do as a man is connect. And not just connect with somebody, but connect with somebody sexually. Part of being a man is the ability to make a woman feel like a woman. Part of being a sexual man is learning how to connect with women and not have people feel weird about it. So in this TSL quick lesson, we're basically taking a simple social dynamic and we're going to build a push-pull dynamic to move it in the direction of a conversation. It's pretty awesome. The topic of that conversation is going to be sex and seduction. It's simple, effective, to the point, neat, and sweet. And if you like what you see, be sure and check out our other products. TSL Online is both in virtual and full service. The full service comes around every 4 months. Virtual, you can sign up at any time. There's over 40 videos, tons of audio, endless amounts of material. And you can also check out the Better Man's Guide, which will take you step by step all the stuff we talk about here. And the best thing about that is you can get started for just $7. So let's put our thinking caps on and enjoy the lesson. Hey, what's happening today? We are going to learn something very cool, very quick, and man, it will change your conversations to move in a direction that's geared towards what you really want, but also get them sexual. And it's really simple. We're basically taking a standard age-old neg, tease, rapport break, whatever you want to call it, and we're just going to tailor it to move towards what you want in the direction that you want to get sexual. And it'll happen quick, do it right away, and it'll change the tone of your conversations forever. So basically, what we're doing here to get sexual in our conversation right away is we're going to take a neg. We're going to say, oh man, I can't talk to you anymore. And we're just going to add in the direction that we want. It's a push. So that means if we push in the right direction, we can pull back in the right direction. Okay. So really simply, we can say, oh man, I can't talk to you anymore. You are somebody whose mind will like infect mine. And then I'll start thinking all these racy thoughts and get all perverted. You, man, society should do something about you. Okay. So right there, very simply, we have a way to seed for sexuality, move towards the topic of sexuality, and get into a conversation based on arousal. All right, so let's learn how to do that. And I got to say this every time, but this is a disclaimer. Stop your information hoarding. Don't just sit here and watch this. Go out and apply it. Don't watch 20 different things on seduction, dating, pickup, because bottom line is for one good piece of information out there, there's 100 bad pieces. Find something that you like, stick with it, commit to it, and actually do it. There's only one thing for certain here, that if you don't do anything, you're not going to get any results. And one more disclaimer here, one of the core beliefs that you're always going to see coming from me, Steve Mayeda, any video, any product, anything in my whole line of teaching, is you're going to see a few things. Number one, there's no shame in wanting to learn how to flirt with people better, get sexual, have a great sex life. Look, you were born to be sexual. Authenticity is your highest value. You being you is one of the greatest things possible. And you don't need to lie. You can be honest. And of course, this is all about having a great life, great social life, great sex life, great expression of you. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to take a social dynamic as simple as a tease, a neg, breaking of rapport, which is all pretty much the same thing. We're going to make it sexual, and then we're going to maneuver that into a conversation that will build us a sexual rapport. So first off, what is a neg? What is a tease? What is breaking of rapport? It's real simple. It's a social technique that allows a superficial interaction, something where I just met that person. It makes it fun and it allows a further connection. Okay, it's real easy to do. It's very effective. And if you literally have no experience, you can pull it off. So let's get started. We take a neg or a tease, and now we're going to add something sexual to it. So a neg or a tease would be something like, oh man, you're always like that. Or you could say, I can't believe I'm talking to you. Or you could say something like, man, you're like totally gullible. You're like into all that fairy tale, magic, Twilight stuff. All right, so that's just a typical neg or tease. That's our little push, right? Now we got to pull back in that right direction. And how we're going to pull back is we're going to add something sexual, like something like, oh man, you must be a total prude. Or you're somebody that is probably way too aggressive for most men. Or you could say something like, man, I bet you're a girl that has like porn on your phone and like not the nice stuff. You have like the raunchy, crazy stuff that would make me embarrassed just to know you. Okay, so let's take a look at this example. We take a standard tease, we add some sexuality to it, being, I can't believe you just said that. That's totally something a girl who has like dirty thoughts and keeps secrets would say. And just to make it clear, let me give you a few more examples. Oh man, I'm not sure if we could get along. You're totally one of those girls that like, you intimidate guys, but not like out in public, like in the bedroom kind of way. I bet you freaked out your last boyfriend. Or it could be something like this. Oh my God, that is such a terrible thing to say. I bet you are one of those girls that likes your hair pulled, your ass slapped, and like your favorite position is from behind. So a lot of times guys will say, oh man, that's too much for me. I can't say that. I can't pull that off. But either way, that's not an excuse to take this simple social dynamic and move it in the direction that we want of sexuality, her femininity, and her expression being unified with us. So we could say something very simple like, oh, I can't talk to you anymore. You're going to do that thing that attracts the wrong kind of attention. Like, what kind of guys do you really date? And of course, be creative with it. You could say something like, oh man, I can't believe you just did that. I bet you that attracts like a total video game nerd type person that asks you out on all these hot dates, like at their parents' house or something. Okay, so real simple there. We're just taking a simple social dynamic, the neg, the tease, the breaking of rapport, and we're adding in the direction of sexuality to it so we can have the conversations that we want, so we can be proud of our sexuality, so we can be authentic expressions of ourselves and have a great social life, a great sexual life.